down. Fantastic night. I went out with a beautiful little bird last night. Have a look. Isn't she beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. And, no, I'll tell you what, no, seriously, that's a joke, right? It's just a joke, I'll put it there, right? I'll tell you what I've been out of, right? I've been out of a model, right? I went out last night with a model, you know, they're like these models. And so I took her out, right, and I brought her home. She dropped me off in her sports car. Well, I was on the back of her bike. And she's always wanted to be on telly. Do you mind for a second? Would you, it just, you know, it could be a big break in television. Issue, look. Well, look at that. Hey, ain't that a looker? All right, absolutely beautiful. Her legs ain't up too much and the face is a bit iffy, but she's harmless. No, I'll put her back there, right? Put her back there. No, I've got some fantastic things I've got to show you, right? I've learned how to do this wonderful new thing since I last saw you with my microwave. Look at this, look. You get a book on, you can see that there? Book on one of my very, very best friends, Prince Edward. You get a book on Prince Edward, and that there, you see that there? You got that? There you go. Bag of fresh ground coffee beans. You have to have a book on Prince Edward and some fresh ground coffee beans. Press start. Ding! There you go. And look at that. Camp coffee. That's fantastic, isn't it? That's fantastic, that is. Right there, like that. What have we got in here? Oh, yeah, here's a good thing, here's a good thing, right? Have you ever heard this? I bet you've never heard this, have you? Oh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Pâté, eh? What about Millsy with his pâté? Look. No, people come around my house, I'll give them pâté. And a little cracker, and a little pâté. Beautiful, fantastic. If Welsh people come, right? No, you don't want to spend that kind of dough on them, obviously. Just whack some of that on her. Whack that on a cracker. I love it! Absolutely fantastic. There you go. Oh, another little thing I've discovered is this. This is rather wonderful stuff. Sometimes in the winter, when you go out into your garden and you see the beautiful little bird, the little redbreast there, and you think, isn't that lovely? And then it's gone, isn't it? It flicks away, nervous creature. Well, there's this stuff, right, and if you spray it on it, it makes it go completely solid and you can grab it and stick it on your mantelpiece. There you go. Robin spray stuff. That works a treat. That makes a lovely display above your fireplace. Absolutely gorgeous, that is. What else we got here, right? Oh, another interesting thing you can do with animals. Right, if you get a bit of soreness in your legs, sometimes I get a bit of soreness just in the backs of my legs, like that, and you want to rub down, get a dog, right, get a dog. You don't have to kill it yourself if it's already dead by the side of the road, right, and just strain it very, very hard, and all the juices and oils that come out, right, you can use that for that. Look, massaging dog oil. That's beautiful, that works as well. Oh, Nicole Kidman. Woo! Trouble with that woman? Trouble? I was going out with her, and then I thought, I don't want to go out with you no more, right? And then she come out with a big harpoon gun. Moody. This is a very good book. If you ever get a chance to get hold of this, this is a book by the Family Planning Association called How Sex Works. There you go, and it's a very graphic example there. Of exactly. Oh, and look at this, bless her. I bought this. She's sent them back to me because I sent them to her. I've got a friend, you might know, a friend called Enya. Bit of a hard-rocking rock and roll gal, she is, Enya. And I sent her these things because she was having a bit of trouble with the waterworks. And I sent her these, and they worked so well that she actually wrote a song all about them, like that, which she dedicated on her album to me. And there they are. There, you might remember the song there. Da da dee 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 for the urinary flow. Fantastic. That's the thing about Enya, a kind of rock and roll gal who remembers you, doesn't just take your ideas and sling you aside like Kula Shaker did with that song they wrote about me. Diddly vady sadie vady dady fat bar. Anyway, I can't stay long, seriously, I can't stay long. But while I'm here, you're lucky to find me in, really, because normally I'd be out and about. I was right rock with my old woman, right? You know, I do sculpture like Thomas More and Rodin and that. Well, I've done a sculpture of her. All right, and I sold it to a gallery and they put it on display, but she came down and saw it. Oh, she's got the right ump about it. But I think it's really good. I think it's really, really good. That looks like her. I'll show you another programme that I made now. This is, well, I don't need to explain it. I made it, but it's explained right at the very beginning. Have a look, see what you think.
Now, London Tonight has the first pictures from inside the Natwest Tower since it was ripped apart by an IRA bomb in 1993. Exclusive access was granted as Natwest confirmed it won't move back, even when refurbishment is completed in 1997. Tonight, the tower is about to become a spectacular Christmas landmark. Live there now is Lindsay Charlton. Lindsay.
Anna Maria, this is an ambitious live even by our standards. We have, as you can see, the Deputy Prime Minister, we have the Chairman of the Bank, a 600-foot tower, about 50 miles of cabling, and in a few moments we'll throw the switch. Let's hope there's enough money left in the Natwest meter.
There you go, that's what they're going to do.
Briefly, why the Christmas lights this year?
Well, we need Christmas cheer. The bomb was a sad event. This is a very, very happy event that is being regenerated, and we're proud of the contribution it makes to the city, will make in the future, and we hope people will have their spirits lifted up by seeing it.
There you go, that's what they're doing. The Natwest Tower, you probably remember, they're going to light the whole thing up. To Christmas cheer and joy throughout the whole of the region. It'll shine like a beacon to the whole of the southeast of England. They've got Michael Heseltine there to do it, or actually Michael Heseltine is his real name. No, his mates call him Michael Heseltine. And they got it all set up, and they're going to do it, and they're going to brighten it. Slightly, the worry that I had at this point was it's still a little bit dull. You know, he's just standing there as the curtain. Couldn't they get something to just give it that bit of extra pizzazz?
Well, now is the moment of truth. You could ask Mr. Heseltine to turn on the lights.
That's what you want. There you go.
This one has it when the lights go on in London. 3, 2, 1.
There's the Natwest Tower, lit up in all its glory, shining like a beacon. Incidentally, poxy little building they spent £2 on, glowing bright. Natwest Tower, nothing, but I'll play it now, and it's playing now, look. Alistair, if you're back in the studio, could you say something, please? Alistair Stewart in the studio. Could you talk? Please, Alistair. Oh, God, please. Oh. Go on.
And you join me again back in the studio, and there you can see the lights just beginning to develop. I've been in that building, and it is at least 50 feet.
No, don't start talking nonsense now, Alistair. We're in trouble enough it is without you saying that Natwest Tower is 50 feet high, all right? Just make up some pathetic excuse. Alistair, I've got it. Remember the old steam televisions, right? When you turn them on, they never started straight away because they had a crystal. So just use some stupid excuse like that. They're idiots out there. They won't know.
50 stories high, I can tell you. It's a wee bit of time. Even with the Deputy Prime Minister standing there, it takes a little bit of time for it to warm up. But
That's
there it
goes.
Yeah. Lights flashing.
Lights flashing.
What a splendid sight that is going to be.
Even Alistair couldn't tell that lie, could he? Look, listen. What a splendid sight that is. No, he can't bring himself to say it, look. Listen.
What a splendid sight that is going to be. And
that will be. We know it's not now, it's a piece of old tat, right? But it will be a splendid sight, surely. And then in the end, he completely loses it. Listen.
Lord Alexander said that's going to be there for the rest of the Christmas season. If you're a Natwest customer and you're not happy about it, you can always write in and complain.
Yeah. Thanks, Al. Yeah, all we need at this point was a little bit of your rather suave sarcasm, basically. And listen to the look at the sarkiness now at the end, look.
Yeah. Are we done? Oh, we are. Sorry, I was looking out the window. Very much indeed. So, our thanks to Lindsay Charlton, Lord Alexander, Deputy Prime Minister.
They were all there.
What a wonderful lineup we have. And there's more to come after the break.
Are you still eating beef?
The people who thought they could light up the Natwest Tower obviously are still eating an awful lot of beef. But I'll tell you what, Alistair is a very, very close personal friend of mine. Very short man. And he's worked on a lot of things with me. And if you think he was being sarky there, that was just second division sarky. Here's Alistair. This is his finest hour.
Now, it's the kind of security operation normally reserved for top VIPs. The location is secret. The guard is 24 hours a day. But the arrival of these visitors is definitely being seen as a turn for the better. Vince Rogers is in Docklands now.
Vince is in Docklands, right? I have to explain something about Vince. He's been waiting there probably about 2 or 3 hours, right? He's in Docklands, and what he's got to do, he's got to think of his opening comments. They're very important. Now, he's in Docklands, and he's thinking, right, I'm here in Docklands. This is before it was developed as much as it is now. It's pretty much a wasteland, and behind me is this old building that's falling down, and just the girders are left. So what I'll say is, I'm here in Docklands, an area which is now bare and desolate. Behind me, the rusty skeleton of an old factory. And it's really not a very pretty sight here. I'm here in Docklands. It's desolate and deserted. Behind me is the rusty skeleton of an old factory. It's not a pretty sight. Okay, and cue.
You know, it's not... it's very rusty skeleton. It's not a very pretty sight here in Docklands.
Bless his heart.
It's thought that these are the only terns in the whole of London.
Right, sorry, no, these are terns, right? They're 2 terns. No, very, very rare nesting birds. I've remembered now the point of the story. Very rare nesting birds. And the one thing we did say when we were making this programme is we must keep the location absolutely secret. Whatever you do, don't let out where the location is, all right?
And they've managed to produce 3 chicks between them, so we can't tell you their precise location for their own safety. But is it possible that all the security...
No, but we can show you where it is, obviously.
What put off any visitors, apart from the most dedicated twitcher?
Vince, we heard Kieran Murphy there say that he hoped the dedicated ornithologist would be able to get along there and see the terns, but with all that security, is that really going to be possible?
In a word, no, not for about a year or so. As you can see, the security is very tight.
Don't start coming in here now. Because I'll shoo you off. I will, I'll shoo you off. That's the tight security.
When it is built and it is finished in
For God's sake, at least stand up straight.
a year's time, then local school children from inner city areas will be able to come to this place to see the local wildlife. But the whole thing will be strictly by appointment only.
Yes, absolutely. They can try driving in here with a big lorry load of explosives. I don't care. I mean, it's got a big spot on it. It's terrible. No, don't think I'm being sarcastic, right? Let's go back to the studio to Alistair, shall we?
As indeed the gentleman standing just behind you is already making sure. Vince, thank you very much indeed. When we come back,
I'll be taking the piss in a rather supercilious way about another story. Goodbye for now. Bless his heart. I love him. I've just got one other thing I want to show you. Come on, let's take this one out. And, right, this is a very... Oh, have we got any... I need... some tissues here. Sorry, mate, I've got something sticky on my hands. Shut up. I've got... No, you don't understand, because... in the stupid little pathetic one-up, one-down houses you live in, right? With your $15.99 Argos video recorders, it don't matter. But with mine, right, £400,000 worth of the finest Swiss-Japanese technology, you can't risk getting it dirty. And if you've got something sticky on your hands, right... So I've got a cold as well right now, thank you. You've got a cold, something sticky on your hand, and you get it on the tape, it will make it dirty and it won't work, all right? So I'm just doing that. Anyway, this is another crime show that I used to make. Just see what you think.
One of the signs of pearl callers, and I shouldn't really say this, she's not archetypal or stereotyping, is you get tissues, either on the driver's seat or the passenger seat or in the glove compartment, or sorry, in the door pocket. And what in fact there was an open packet of tissues between the seats, and then another open packet of tissues in the door pocket. Not that that makes him a curl caller by any means, but it's just one of the signs that you find sometimes. He's got a cold. He could have got something sticky on his fingers.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I will start. Ken, could we just try that again? I don't mean to be truculent, and I don't want to offend the good ladies and gentlemen in any way, but that's crap, right? serious. I mean, look, all I'm saying is this. Your Barrymores, your Silas, your Bruce Forsyths, they don't have... If you tell them you want a round of applause, make them do it. Just tell them you want a bit more out of them.
Right, OK. Some more applause, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Fine, we'll do it. We'll live with it. Because we can't just keep going back and doing it. No, I'm sorry. What I'm saying is this, right? Why can't you be... I've made TV programmes in the past, right? That have been, so, like, look, why can't you be more like this audience? Look. You see what I mean? You know, they've got tambourines and things, you know, they're making an effort. And they've just got a fat northerner presenting this show, and you've got me. Anyway, what we're going to... no, I'm sorry, it's as much my fault as it is yours, isn't it? I mean, you're not a very good audience, I'm not a very good presenter, there. No. Seriously, you see that then? Look, I've just realised what I did, look. Moving on with the show, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. What I should have done was this, right? Obviously, should have presented the show properly like this, look. Thank you. No, that's how they do it in proper time. That's how Maggie Makepeace does it, anyway.
Thank you. Well, if we do so, it's likely to be because noise is a stimulant on us.
Proper television, that's what you want. Proper professional presenters like that. This is from a programme, Maggie Makepeace, as you can see there, and the great Colin Welland, who wrote Chariots of Fire. The British are coming. Hello. And this is a programme that I used to do called How to Stay Alive, which I was very, very proud to be involved with for about half an episode, and then I left because it... Right, I left. But this is, it was a programme that had, it dealt with scientific issues, and Colin, very outspoken, very brash northerner, had, you know, had a way of saying what he felt, basically. He had very outspoken views on the scientific community. So what's happening here is Maggie's explaining something about some experiments.
Well, I'm afraid that one of the things that...
Oh, I must tell you this, right? Just before we go any further, right? Maggie's explaining about this experiment that's conducted on animals. There is an animal in the studio, and this is quite obviously the first this damn monkey's heard about this.
Well, I'm afraid that one of the things that first gave it scientific standing was an unpleasant set of experiments on animals. Well, maybe I always told it but rhesus monkeys like these. The researchers strapped 2 monkeys onto seats, and they placed the monkeys' feet on bars, through which the monkeys were given electric shocks.
Hang on, Maggie. Run this one by me again.
At regular intervals. Now, both the monkeys had levers next to their seats, and one monkey's lever could actually stop the electric shocks for both the monkeys. But the other monkey's lever didn't do anything.
I bet I'm going to be the battered monkey without the good lever.
So the monkey with the working lever was called the executive monkey.
What a great name for a monkey. Go and get me some bananas, bollocks, I'm the executive monkey. I've got my own car and everything. I've got a little thing on my desk that goes click-clack and everything. Hey, but no, this is Colin's views on that.
The things people will do just to test the theory.
There you go, the things people will do just to test the theory. I never done that when I was in Z-cars. And he's quite right, the scientific community goes too far, right, to test theories. Although I have to say, Colin, your scientific show on occasions went slightly over the top in testing some of your theories, didn't it? Didn't it? I don't know. We'll see.
Have you all got your fizzy drinks? Yes, well, now is the witching time to put them all back. Go on, suck them all up. Drink them all up, right back. Everybody, I don't want to see a speck of orange. Come on, everybody. Go on, love, get it. Who can't... Anybody not managed it yet?
Isn't that lovely of him? I don't know if anyone at home has ever been in a studio audience for a television programme, but it's a pig boring thing to do, right? And what Colin's done, isn't he lovely? He's given them all a lovely fizzy orange drink there, all the old people and the children, giving them this drink, because that's the kind of guy he is.
Well, I've got news for you. That in about half an hour, that's going to turn to this. What we've actually fed them is a very powerful laxative.
Oh, that's really funny, Cole. Look at all the people laughing, Colin. And what else would you do to test the theory, Colin?
I expect you've all been wondering who the four on the back are with the earphones on. Well, what we've been doing, we've been playing to them for the last 45 minutes very loud pop music.
That's a laugh.
Now, I'm going to ask them to take them off in a minute, and with any luck, the little cells in their inner ear will have been bashed so much that temporarily, at least, they won't be able to hear quiet sounds.
Hi, welcome to the show. With any luck, we've deafened some kids. Yes! Anything else you're willing to do there?
Thank you. Well, if they do, Colin, it's likely to be because noise acts as a stimulant on us. And to show you what I mean, I've got Ramesh here, all wired up to a machine. You can see the electrode on her hand, there. And the machine measures the blood that is passing through Ramesh's skin. And as long as there's a nice, even flow of blood, it prints out this nice, even line, which you can see on the graph here. But when Ramesh hears a sudden loud noise...
So what's Colin got planned for this one? I bet he's going to get someone banging one of them big bass drums or something, or a bloke on a pneumatic drill.
Oh! What a pretty loud noise.
Those shot geezer! Sanjay's going to come home from the market store. No, Gia! Where's Gia? Colin Welland at the shop! Oh, my God. The things some people will do to test a scientific theory. I'm sorry, I've got to go. I have to go. I've got a tent outside the front of just by my gates, and I have to go in there because I have to make sure that I catch the postman in the morning before he gets a chance to... Go, nice talking to you. See you later.
Bob Mills returns tomorrow night with Still in Bed with Medinner. After the break, animated psychiatry with the fantastic Dr. Katz, featuring on the couch this evening Gary Shandling. Right after Robin.
I'm sorry, Bob. Can we go again, please? Please be more careful.
I'm sorry, Kev. Forgive me, I'm sorry. I just wobbled slightly on that one. I'm sorry. I'll do it right this time. Get rid of this one. Just get me another one, and I'll promise this time I'll get it right. I meant to miss, don't I? I'm sorry, Kev. I'll be all right this time. Just bring me another one. Next! Second, would you... Just, you know, it could be a big break in terms of issues that... Well, look at that. Hey, ain't that a looker? All right, absolutely beautiful. Their legs ain't up to much and the face is a bit iffy, but, she's harmless. No, I'll put her back there, right? Put her back there. No, I've got some fantastic things I've got to show you, right? I've learned how to do this wonderful new thing, since I last saw you, with my microwave. Look at this, look. You get a book on, you can see that there? Book on one of my very, very best friends, Prince Edward. You get a book on Prince Edward, and that there, you see that there? You got that? There you go. Bag of fresh ground coffee beans. You have to have a book on Prince Edward and some fresh ground coffee beans. Press start. Ding! There you go. And look at that. Camp coffee. That's fantastic, isn't it? That's fantastic, that is. Right there, like that. What have we got in here? Oh, yeah, here's a good thing. Here's a good thing, right? Have you ever heard this? I bet you've never heard this, have you? Oh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Pâté, eh? What about Millsy with his pâté? Look. No, people come around my house, I'll give them pâté. I'm a little cracker, little patter. Beautiful, fantastic. If Welsh people come, right? No, you don't want to spend... Thank you! All right, calm down. Fantastic night. I went out with a beautiful little bird last night. Have a look. Isn't she beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. And, no, I'll tell you what, no, seriously, that's a joke, right? It's just a joke, I'll put it there, right? I'll tell you what I've been out of, right? I've been out of a model, right? I went out last night with a model, you know, they're like these models. And so I took her out, right, and I brought her home. She dropped me off in her sports car. Well, I was on the back of her bike. And she's always wanted to be on telly. Do you mind for a second? That kind of dough on them, obviously. Just whack some of that on her. Whack that on a cracker. I love it! Absolutely fantastic. There you go. Oh, another little thing I've discovered is this. This is rather wonderful stuff. Sometimes in the winter, when you go out into your garden and you see the beautiful little bird, the little redbreast there, and you think, isn't that lovely? And then it's gone, isn't it? It flicks away, nervous creature. Well, there's this stuff, right, and if you spray it on it, it makes it go completely solid, and you can grab it and stick it on your mantelpiece. There you go. Robin spray socks. It works a treat. That makes a lovely display above your fire.